I've actually hesitated to make this video because it requires a lot of careful wording on my part, because I really don't want to be misunderstood by my peers who are on the medicine path. I'm on the medicine path, and I have to be very careful with how I word this. It's very important to have a spiritual discipline outside of medicine. And it took me 3 years to really come to fully understand this, and to respect both a path that has external medicines and the spiritual path, and not see them as separate, but they complement each other. And it really has to do with how you integrate them both together, and knowing when to let one just subside for a while so that you can find your own way on your own. So the dangers of not having a spiritual discipline outside of medicines is that the medicine will become your discipline, which is not really much of a discipline at all. You can't take medicines every day. You're going to hit a wall somewhere, and when you hit a wall, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a limitation, because you're making the medicines, whichever medicine it is, the source of your spiritual wisdom, the source of your spiritual growth, the source of your healing. And really, it's just supposed to be a tool or a guide along the way. And then if you get deeper into the medicine path, and it becomes a deep study, you're learning how to use the medicines. You're learning your relationship with the medicines. You're learning what these medicines have the power to give to the world. And you're learning to be a better guardian of both these medicines and the indigenous and the forest where it comes from. So it becomes less about your healing, because you're inevitably going to heal along the journey. But when this switch happens on the medicine path, it becomes about the study. It becomes about becoming a student and a guardian, and to be an example of teaching others and showing people how to correctly use these medicines. And eventually, on your path of spiritual liberation, you don't want to be tied to anything. You should be able to stand on your own 2 feet with deep honor and respect, because you've gone deep within both worlds, both on the medicine and off. And so you become a very well-rounded teacher, a very well-rounded guardian. Because also, when someone is going through a hard time on the medicine, you know how to help them without resorting to giving them or advising them to take more medicine or a different kind of medicine. You understand, and also have an energy field to help them. An example of this is when you have found the truth within yourself. That has an energy, it has a frequency that emanates from you. Your silence, your stillness, your peace can rub off on people. And when people get into that field, they will find themselves healing. They will find themselves getting more clarity. They will find themselves having a more still mind. So, become a hybrid. Don't just be one or the other, because you'll find yourself limited. If your path is truly to be of service, and truly to be a servant of God to awaken mankind, to assist in helping mankind, find yourself off the medicines too. and you'll be so glad you did. And this goes for Hape too. Hape deserves its own video. But understand why you're reaching for the Hape and what you think is wrong. And how you're praying with the Hape is a reflection of where you're at spiritually. You know, are you begging to God to change something? Are you resisting something in your life and you want it to change? You're not seeing a bigger picture to all this. You're not really going into it. Or are you using Hape to better understand what you're going through? Show me the truth of this situation. Show me what I'm not seeing, you know? Or eventually, you know there's nothing truly wrong that needs to be changed. You just need to be. You just need to trust. You just need to flow. So therefore, Hape is really not needed. So Hape deserves its own video, but I just wanted to say that because Hape can be physically very addicting, you know? And then so if you make Hape a false idol for yourself, a false god, it can lead to places you don't want to go. In the words of my teacher Hushahu, it can imbalance your life. It can throw your life out of balance. Just like how it can help bring balance, it can throw your life out of balance. So every medicine has, in her words, a light side and a dark side. And it's so important as students of indigenous wisdom and spirituality, not related to indigenous wisdom, to be able to show others the way in a balanced and holistic perspective. Peace.